While some of you may know his music, you may not be as familiar with his personal story. You can now find out all about it if you pick up a copy of his new memoir, the New York Times best-selling The Upcycled Self. His book details a raw, harrowing, and hopeful journey of a Philly native who overcomes personal trauma to blossom into pioneering musician inspired by the art and artistry in and around him. And Tariq Black Thought Trotter joins me now. Congratulations, New York Times bestseller.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, God is good. Look, you know, your story it's really powerful. It's really painful. And what caused you to open up and tell, you know, really difficult truths about your family, about your mom dealing with drug addiction, about you being a young, you know, a kid having to sort of grow up quick in that. What made you do that?
I feel like now, Joy, you know, more than ever, the world sort of needs those stories. They need real life, you know, account of, you know, overcoming an obstacle. You know what I mean? And I think there's so much in my story, you know, along the way that I've been faced with and I've had to overcome. So yeah, if I'm able to give someone, you know, anything to latch on to in my story, then I feel like the book has served its purpose. And yeah, like now more than ever, if not now, then, you know, when, you know what I mean, sort of thing.
And you know, so your story starts with a fire and you dealt with as a young child. Tell a little bit of that story. Don't give everything because people need to read the book.
Okay, so yeah, I dealt with a fire as a young child at the age of 6. And it was you know, it was a traumatic experience for me. It was one of my earliest memories of, you know, that level of trauma, though it wasn't my first. And yeah, it was, you know, a watershed sort of milestone moment for me in my development, in that it was, you know, a very tangible, something that I could taste and feel was the end of an era. It was a loss of a certain sense of security and of really of innocence. And I was, you know, 6 years old. So.
And you know, look, I'm old school. I'm an OG hip hop fan. I grew up, you know, I was in the Daisy Age in college, right? That was just sort of my era. And at the time, in that era, I feel like it was all about lyricists. It was all about lyricists. Hip hop is less about that now. It's more about beats. It's more about, you know, the tracks. And sometimes the lyrics are not strong. Right. And I feel like this is such an era when I wish we had a PE. You know what I mean? Like we had that in this sort of my era where we had people who were actually speaking to what is happening in the world.
Absolutely. And you
why do you think there's so little of that now?
I don't know. I think we took it for granted. You know what I mean? We didn't realize what we had or the value of what we had when we had it. And it was the sort of thing that, you know, I don't know, maybe because hip hop was sort of founded in this, you know, winner takes all, larger than life, you know, mentality. You know, maybe we felt like it was something that would always be there. Right. And I mean, you know, maybe also, I mean, hip hop has expanded, you know, in such leaps and bounds that it's become the all encompassing, like hip hop is, for all intents and purposes, pop culture and everything, you know, everything, you know, in between, right? So this may be the same level of lyricism, right? But there's just so many other nooks and crannies, you know, within the genre, so many subgenres. And I think there's space for, you know, for everything to sort of coexist. Even though I don't understand everything is not for me. But I think back to, you know, when the Roots began, when I was 18 or 19, I wasn't making music for people my age now either, right? When we were in the Daisy Age, people who were 40 and 50 wasn't listening to what we were listening to.
That's true, very true. And I know that Andre 3000 said, you know, he put out a flute album. He said, I ain't got nothing to say. I don't have too much to say at this point. I really want to just play the flute. You know, what do you want people to learn from this book? Because in this book, they're going to learn about your pain. They're going to learn about how you developed your voice and how you became Black Thought. What do you want them to take from it?
I would love for people to take, you know, away, to walk away from this book with an understanding of the saving grace, like the salvation that lies in the arts and arts education. You know what I'm saying? And really just providing, you know, you say, if it's not art, just anything, like providing your children, your young people with an outlet. You know what I'm saying? With an opportunity to, you know, to sort of gaze beyond the block, beyond, you know, over the fence, you know what I'm saying? Outside of the hood. Those little glimpses are, you know, what lit the fire within me.
I have to talk a little politics with you. I can't have you and not talk about politics. The White House recently invited a group of black men to come and try to talk through the sort of black men sort of pulling away from the Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm.
And you do have a lot of hip hop artists that are, that are MAGA. Yeah. Some of it breaks my heart. But what do you think is happening with black men right now in this country that it feels like some of the kind of old school sort of big D Democratic values are not speaking to them anymore? What should give folks some advice? I
mean, I think people feel, underserved, unrepresented. Folks don't feel. I mean, who is the voice, for black men? Where do we see ourselves in anything, other than a negative light?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I think that's a huge part of it.
Well, I'll tell you one place that we see black men in a light that is not negative, in the Upcycle itself. In this book, you present a full black man and a story that is holistic, it's brilliant, and you're brilliant.
Thank you.
One of the greatest lyricists. Look, I got to talk to one of the greatest lyricists in the game ever in history. I love my job. All right, and Tariq is not going anywhere because you know what's coming up. After the break, we are going to play Who Won the Week with this brother right here. Don't miss it.
Thank you.